Hello, this is Mitch King with the Daily Stock Picks newsletter. It's Wednesday night, October 22nd, 2008. This is a chart of the volatility index. It did not reach as high as what it shows here. The close was the high at 69.65. I'm still forecasting that this market will start heading up, which means the volatility, the VIX, will drop down. And as you've seen from the previous high there at 81 here a few days ago last week, it dropped all the way down to low 50s here in just a couple days. So, we're really in uncharted territories with the economic fears that we've got, the global recessions, all these countries' banking systems are having to be funded from their government. But I'm still sticking with the idea that we probably saw the low last week, and I'm anticipating that we're going to be heading up here. But for sure, the forecasting of these stocks and the stock markets is so difficult. There's so many variables and forces at work compared to during a normal market. What's not clear yet is if the market has priced in all the gloom and doom of the future recession that may be deep. Let's take a look at some stocks. Let's take a look at the Dow Jones. Here's a trend line of the Dow Jones bottom. And we hit that trend line right there, and I'm hoping that we don't break below that very much tomorrow morning. Obviously, if we do see the low there which is right here, broken here in the next couple of days, then we're definitely in trouble with probably a lot lower drops in the Dow Jones as well as all the stocks, all of the individual stocks. I'm anticipating that we don't see much of a drop and we see the market work itself back up as the investors and around the world are getting used to the idea that, okay, we're going to have a deep recession, it's not going to be great, unemployment will go to 7.7%, and Barack Obama is going to win the election. All these things are really being factored in now, is what was my guess. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ Composite. Same thing. We are still in that trend line on all three of these here, looking for a move up. Let's take a look at the S&P 500, and we've got a similar trend line here moving up there. So many stocks dropped below its previous low and made lower lows, which is clearly a negative sign. It's clear that these stocks are not done breaking down. These are here's the coal stocks. You can see a new low there, right down there at 1630 was the close today. I sold out of that, I believe, yesterday or day before. Here's Freeport-McMoRan. This is a copper stock. Here's steel, U.S. Steel. Here's industrial metals stock. I believe this is coal. Here's another coal stock. Here's oil and gas stock. This is broken down. Copper. This is steel. Ag chemical stock broke down. One of the four that we've been following for months now. Potash broke down to a lower low. Beazer Homes. D.R. Horton. The housing stocks are in serious trouble with their stock charts. And let's take a look at the oil, the light sweet crude oil prices dropped to a low of $66.75 today. Let's go back to see how far back that was. It goes back all the way to June of 2007, so a year and a half ago. I still believe that we're going to have a substantial rebound at some point. I know I've been forecasting that for weeks, and we keep seeing lower lows. I think there's going to be quite a substantial profit potential in all these energy stocks. The safest ones will be the largest ones like ConocoPhillips here, Chevron Texaco, British Petroleum, ExxonMobil, as well as some good-looking charts now that look good to me are Apache Oil. Here's Apache. Here's Anadarko. XTO is a very active stock. Cabot Oil and Gas, EOG, GMXR, all these. There's many more oil and gas stocks. We're hoping that this is the beginning of a trend upwards. I just don't believe that. I just have observed over the 15 or 16 years that I've been trading that stock charts just don't go down like this oil stock and just stay down. If you look at this over, here's a two-year period, these kind of charts bounce up. So if it bounces up from the current price is $67 to even $100, you're talking a 50% move, and that's kind of what I'm looking for or more in these energy stocks. Several stocks that are interesting. They haven't started going up yet, but I'm watching them very closely. BLK is an investment. They are grouped with the financial and brokerage and bank sector. Although I like to see this kind of chart where it's like dropping this faster and faster, but I'd like to see an increasing volume. This hasn't had an acceleration of volume in a consistent way yet. So at this point, I'm still watching this. STT is State Street Securities. They're also another investment company. It shows as a bank on the category, but they manage a lot of money in mutual funds. And Prudential is a life insurance company, one of the largest life insurance companies. For a large profit potential on this one, just for doubles and triples on this, but it's very, very feasible to see 40 to 60% return on this in the next few months. Sold off for 2 days, broke below that trend line we drew last night, right there. That's normally dangerous, but I'm looking for some sort of a bottoming process in this stock as well. Have a good night, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.